I'm Cobus Visser. I'm basically the master Firewalker instructor in South Africa. And today we have a great topic to talk about. Today we're going to talk about why to give your best idea away for free. But first I need to ask you a question. How many of you like free stuff or getting free things? We're all made to get free things and we love it. When somebody gives out a free book or a free CD or a free seminar, we love to jump on it and get it. Why? But because we are made to get free stuff. We love to get free stuff because we don't have to pay for it. So how many of you like to part with your hard-earned cash when you have little to no idea what you'll be getting in return? Now, today's business world is getting so busy, and there's a lot of businesses and competition that sometimes we don't know what we're going to get when we part with our hard-earned cash when we have to buy a product. And sometimes we will get little idea of what we will get in return, what value we will get. And that we will find out later in this webinar about why we need to get away free stuff or give our best idea away for free. And then another question. How many of you believe you give what you get or you get what you give? Very important. But first, let me quickly tell you a little bit more about myself and why, in the end, you need to give away your best idea for free. But before we dive into that, is it okay with you if I can just share a little background of myself to you so that you know where I come from and what I've accomplished in my life so that you can see why this can be a good idea? I'm Cobus Visser, and I'm all the way from Potgietersrus, staying in Centurion now and traveling up and down and have a nice, great family. There you can see my two little sons that was given to me. So first, as I go on, I just want to thank you all for being here this morning and investing your time and effort in listening to this webinar. You could have spent your time working with your family, or you could have had other appointments, but you decided to invest in your growth, to invest in your business, to network, and to be here this webinar this morning. I admire your commitment and willingness to support the entrepreneur. And it's really a big honor for me to be associated with a great group of people called Entrepreneur. In the next few minutes, I will do the utmost best of me to make the time we spend more than worth your while. But just to share you a little bit about my life, I started a business when I was 12 years old, where I started selling coffee mugs at school, entrepreneur days. I worked at my dad's store in Rustenburg, where we sold any type of products, from your brass products to cigarettes, you name it, at that point of time. That's where I learned to sell. When I was 18 years old, I entered the furniture business, working for my aunt, and I saw a great opportunity. And I started my own furniture group or chain of stores, about 6 of them. With the money coming in, I brought a Zebro's chicken franchise, I bought a few properties. Life was good. I even went and worked with the family business, where I helped it in the time span of 2 years, grew from 10 to 27 stores and from 20 to 150 employees. So as you can see, it went very well with me in business-wise and financially. But at one stage, my health started going downhill, and so did my business. So I learned the hard way that you may be doing quite a few things right in your business, but focusing on 1 or 2 wrong things can put you out of business if you are not careful. And I lost everything. Why, do you ask? Well, I'm a hemophiliac. And a hemophiliac is a person that means that my blood doesn't clot. And as my blood doesn't clot, my joints started, disintegrated over the years because of all I say we bleed, we're like a bleeder. So I started bleeding a lot in my joints. Because of all these bleedings, my joints disintegrated. And because I have to get injections called plasma, it was never tested, and the doctors found out that I have hepatitis C. So if you just imagine for yourself, seeing yourself, hemophilia, you live in pain 24/7. Then they tell you you have hepatitis C, and you have to go on treatment for that for a year. It was devastating because the treatment is a lot like chemo. You get sick and sick and sick. But at the same time, to get rid of the pain, I went to see orthopedic surgeon. As you can see, about 20 of them. And all had the same idea that I need ankle and elbow replacements. But none was willing to do that for me. And I hit a very low in my life. I hit depression. Because why? My son was born, and I couldn't even pick him up. And that was just the lowest of me. For 4 years long, as he grew older, and even the times when he cried, I could never pick him up and hold him. For those of you who are parents or have parents, you know how good it is when you get that hug from a parent, or you give it to your child, that bonding. I never had that. For 4 years long, I never had that. And the doctor said my future will be in a wheelchair because my ankles are too disintegrated. Not even an ankle replacement will change that. And I will have to be in a wheelchair. And that's my life. But my life turned around. And how it turned around is a long story, and I'm going to leave it for the next time. But it all started with a firewalk evening where I walked over fire and realized that anything is possible if you put your mind to it. I went from 20 to 30 pills a day to nothing. And now I can walk around. And to share you the great story, a few months ago, I picked up my son for the first time. And guess what? He's heavier than he was 4 years or 5 years ago. So after losing everything, even almost my life, today I'm a motivational speaker. I'm the only master firewalk instructor in Africa. I'm a trainer in Hero's Journey, Firewalk Instructor Training, Social Mastery. And I'm the real proof of the power of the mind works, that real transformation works if you put your mind to it. I can overcome a medical condition. If I can do this, just imagine what you can do in your life. And by the point now, I've created 3 new businesses that I'm working on, and I'm busy getting out of debt. So I'm busy turning my life around, and I'm changing people's lives. How many of you like that? But now, so let's get back to today's talk. So by the end of this talk, you will know the following: how to turn your customers into brand ambassadors. That sounds like a good idea, because in the end of the day, the more customers we have and they are brand ambassadors, there's little marketing for us to do. Secondly, how to outvalue your competition and position yourself as the preferred person or company in your field. And thirdly, so to make customers seek you out and come to you instead of spending lots of time and money trying to get their business. How many of you would like that? Like that you do a little thing like giving away your best idea for free, and you create a brand ambassador, customers that will seek you out, seek your product out to be with you and not with your competitor. That sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? It's very important to turn them into brand ambassadors because they recommend your product and services to their friends, to their family, to anyone. And if you can outvalue your competition, you will gain critical market share and get lots of business which used to belong to your competition. That makes you think. How many of you think it's really important to learn these powerful skills, tools, and techniques? Example, value. If you can add value your competition, just think about it. You will gain critical market share. And you will get lots of business which used to belong to your competition. And finally, the great I love about this idea is people will come to you already informed and interested in what you have to offer, instead of you having to spend lots of money and other resources and on expensive and often ineffective marketing campaigns. I've done this a lot of times, even in the furniture business time, spending a lot of money on pamphlets, advertisements, and none of them ever work except this great idea I'm going to share with you today about giving your best idea away for free. So let's get started. First, you need to know that you will have to get the right mindset. And the right mindset is that Your job as an entrepreneur is to produce the most possible value for your customer. You need to give away lots of free value to convince people that you are worth buying from. Now, I can sum this up in a technique that is often used by internet marketers. Especially over the last few years, it is called move the free line. But before we get to the free line, it's very important for you first to realize that you need the right mindset. You need to think outside of the box, or you need to get rid of the box. The traditional way of doing business is not doing the business today. Things has changed. The way people communicate has changed. Life has gotten so busy. If you just imagine about it, how many time a day do you spend on your cell phone? Do you spend on your computer? Do you spend on emails, internet? That is by yourself, with no one else. And think about it, your customer is doing the same. And this, I ask you to get the right mindset in giving back to your customers and thinking of this, maybe this new way of getting to your customers. So now, let's quickly look at move the free line. Now, this example, I went and looked at what is working in the industry, and internet marketers got this right. We all know what a sales funnel is. A sales funnel is a funnel where we get all the people in, and in the end of the day, we want to make money. We want to make profit. So the free line is, as you can see on the screen, there's a line, and usually what is given away for free is ebooks, e-zines, as you can see, free reports, press releases, videos, all to get them into the sales funnel. Now, if you can imagine this, your competitor is doing the same thing. He's also having this type of sales funnel also. So what is setting you apart from your competitor? What is giving you that competitive advantage over your competitor? And that's why I say blow people away with free content and then sell them on your paid stuff once they trust and value you. Entrepreneur does this as good as well, and there's a few other people in this industry that does it good. But I'm focusing sometimes more, and some people ask out there, yes, but I don't have an internet marketing business. I don't have maybe a seminar business. So what else can I do? Well, I can promise you that you can use this in your own business as well, no matter what business you have. If you can find out what you can give away for free and then get them into your funnel so that they can become brand ambassadors for you. We all know that to be in business is to make money. That's no great shock. When you seek to do business with a person, they know that you are ultimately after their money. You have your hand outstretched to receive. There's nothing wrong with that. It's the way our economy works. However, that person or that customer wants to know that you are willing to give your other hand as well. Is it just a product or service? Well, we know business is to aim to make money. So first we need to look at what value we're going to give. Is it just a product or service, or do you offer something more? And as you said there, think about it. What are you offering at the moment? What is your product? What is your service? What can you give away for free? Just think about it for the few minutes. Are you offering something that has intrinsic value, or that has more value than the same thing offered by your competitors? In essence, this person wants to know, the customer wants to know why it is worthwhile to do business with you as opposed to doing business with someone else. There's so many competitors out there, and you need to be set aside. You need to have that competitive advantage over your competitors so that customers can know why they should choose you. Why do business with you? Everyone asks that. So, if you need to have a lot of people to come to your website or to your physical store and buy your products, first you have to create something that costs you very little, but can add and provide a ton of value to your customer. And then you give that away for free. There's one guy, Eben Pagan, said one time, and I got this idea from him, so I give him the credit for that. That one of his friends came to him and said, I want to make money and I have this great idea I'm going to sell. And even said to him, give it away for free. It's your best idea. And the guy never wanted to do that. He said, no, he's going to sell it and he's going to sell it at this price and people's going to buy it. Guess what? Nobody bought. But even as another story of somebody that had the same idea, but he gave away his best idea for free. Because if you think about it, if you are willing to give your best idea away for free, and the customer's mind is, what else will you give? If this is what you are willing to give now for free, and let them be part of your journey, be part of your experience, they will just want to know why, and they will even start paying more to find out what is in your other products because you are willing to give your best idea away for free. Now, you might be saying, well, Cobus, if I give my most valuable stuff away, what am I going to have left to sell? Now, that's the great thing. Well, it turns out that if you give away your most powerful ideas, example, like I'm doing right now, when people learn about them and about your product or service and what you're offering, they'll say, wow, that's really a good idea. I'd like to learn more from you, or I'd like to learn more about how to take that idea and implement it. Or I'd like to learn more about your product or your service. So it actually builds rapport and it builds trust. So, what is your most valuable idea that you can give away for free in your business? How can I'll just ask you this following question. How can I package this idea in a way that costs me very little? Now, what I'd like you to do is to create a free sample. Just think about it right then where you are now. Just write down what you can give away. But it can be either a free sample, a free session, a report, a talk, an ebook, a video explaining what you do or about your business, and start giving that away for free. That's some point where you can start. Because what can you give away for free? There's so many things. In our family business, we started giving people an experience, a family outing. That was part of what we gave away for free. Not only that, when they came in, they could order some coffee, they could have an experience with the furniture in the furniture store as if they were in their own home. Well, they couldn't sleep over in the beds. That would have been funny. But most of the stuff they could test and try as if they were as a family. So we gave them an experience. And then we educated them on how to use the products. And they loved it. And they started buying more. Because the game of entrepreneurship is won through massive generosity. And giving away your best stuff is not one through hiding anymore, but making a personal connection with your customer. And I believe you will all agree with me that life has gotten so busy today that we hardly have time for our family. We hardly have time to go out and explore and have fun because most of the people out there work and go home. They spend more time at their work and on cell phones and on internet than they spend with their family. And because of how life has changed, and I've seen this in the past few months, that our customers want a personal connection. They want a personal connection with you. They want a face-to-face experience. They want to experience. They want to feel you. They want to see you. They want to be part of your family. They want to, because life has gotten so busy out there that people don't, they miss this connection. That's why I believe by giving them away your best idea for free and making that personal connection with them, they will become brand ambassadors. Thank you for listening so far. I think some of you might not agree, but I just ask you that go think about it. Go think about why not. If the things you have done worked so far in your business, yes, go for it. But sometimes it's good to bring in a new idea and test it. That's all I ask you is go test it on how you can give away your best idea for free. How many of you would like if your customers tell everyone they meet about your product or service? Just think about it. It's free marketing. It's free advertising. You have to only to convert a few customers to become brand ambassadors, and they will tell the world. They will write blogs about your business. They will. Just to give you an example, a few months ago, I started giving away free workshops to come walk on fire, and I met so many people that, without knowing, they became brand ambassadors for me. People are talking about me. I've made good friends, and if they want to ask, like the other day on Facebook, they asked, the one person said, I want to walk on fire. And guess what? A lot of people comment on that I didn't even know, that said the best guy for the business is Cobus Visser. You see, I created brand ambassadors. I created people that, no matter if I don't know them, and some of them haven't even experienced a firewalk with me, yet they were willing to tell other people to say that Cobus Visser is the guy if you want to do a firewalk, if you want to experience change. That's how powerful it can be. Because it's very important for you is how to outvalue your competition. And how to outvalue competition is you have to think about it. You have to move the free line. So let's quickly go back to that image. As you knew, the free line was just above the sales funnel, where your competitors as well is doing the same thing, giving out free stuff so that people can come into the sales funnel. But I say, why not think about it? Why not look and bringing down the free line and then give your entry product away for free? That's your best idea. And what will this do in the long run? A few things. One, you can then able to charge more at the back end. Your back-end products or your products down in the sales funnel, you can even charge more and make more profit on it. Why? Because people will say, if you are willing to give this away for free, your best idea, because your competitors aren't even willing to give it away for free, what else are you willing to give? So if they will be able to pay you whatever you ask to find out what are you going to give, because your competitors aren't willing to do the same thing. And this will set you apart from your competitors. First, you have to look at moving the free line. Move your free line further down the sales funnel. What used to be a frontline product may become a free resource now, sitting above the free line. If you have a physical store, maybe, like we had in furniture business, there came a point of time where certain products didn't even sell anymore, but they were cheap enough and cost effective enough, and we started giving it away for free. Just giving it away for free, but not just giving away. We made a connection with the customer, and that's what it's all about. It's not about just giving away for free, because we all can do that. We all can give away a free CD, a free book, a free seminar. We all can give it something away for free. But people and customers doesn't want that, because how many of you have received free books, free flyers, free CDs, and have listened to that? No, you don't. You just put it somewhere because you got it for free. But if you have a personal connection with the customer, that customer will read it and will find out more, because you made the effort, you made the time to connect with your customer. And that's what it's all about. It's not just by giving it away for free. It's by making that connection with your customer and making them a brand ambassador. Then you have to move the free line further down. More further down than your competition. Gives you a competitive advantage over your rivals, or edge over your rivals. Just imagine it. You are willing to do this. Not even your competitors, they have to pay to get that same product. They have to pay your competitors. But with you, they get it for free. Just imagine how competitive edge that will give you above your rivals. That will set you apart from anyone in the industry, in whatever industry you are in. And if you have the right resources and well-constructed sales funnel, you can outvalue your competitors upfront. And you can secure lasting deals and trade relationships, which will earn you a lot more money on the back end. And that's what it's all about. It's about not only giving away for free, but it's building that relationship. For me, in the firewalking industry, is by building a tribe, by building a family. You know, we might not see each other every day, but we're starting to build a tribe, a family where everyone interacts, everyone connects, and that's what it's all about. People want that connection, you know, and that's what I think we are here to give to people, you know, is to give lasting change, is to give them an experience that will change their lives. You know, you might think, yes, but how can my product do it? But the thing is, if you, by putting in the time and effort and the customer sees it, you are bringing change because you are willing to go the extra mile. You are willing to take that extra steps of connecting to your customers. Just to give you a story of a company that did this, it's about Coca-Cola suspending all their advertising in the Philippines indefinitely. Coca-Cola Philippines has directed all of their advertising budget to relief efforts in the wake of the destruction caused by Typhoon Yolanda. That money is in addition to the millions of dollars Coca-Cola worldwide has been pledged to relieve these efforts. Naturally, this story has been picked up by the news outlets around the world and is circulating like crazy over social media, which means that Coca-Cola is potentially getting millions of dollars in free publicity. Here's the thing. Generosity isn't a strategy. It is a value. And when you demonstrate this value, it's more powerful than any marketing you can buy. When you take care of your employees, your customers, your community, your tribe, people would want to do business with you. You will find that you no longer have to spend lots of time, money, any energy on marketing. Your customers will start doing it for you and will start finding you. And that's what we want as business owners. We want our customers to come find us. The world and the competition out there has got so busy and so competitive that we need to stand out in the crowd. Is your company generous? If not, why not? And how can you change that? Just think about it. If your company is generous, how can you demonstrate it beyond what you already are doing at this moment? I'm not saying you should just be more generous in order to make more sales and more money. I'm saying you should be more generous because the world needs your generosity. It just so happens that the world tends to reward generosity. Always remember that money is a byproduct of serving others. And that's what I love about my good friend Barry Mitchell, that always says, serve first. And that's what it's all about, generosity by serving others. So look for opportunities to serve, because doing good is always good business. And that's the thing, is we need to serve our customers, and we need to stand out. We need to make that connection with them. We need to be in their face. We need to make that face-to-face connection. Because how many of you receive emails 24/7 a day? My inbox sometimes has 2,000 emails in it. I don't go through all the emails because it's too many. So how many products do I miss like that? Sometimes I do go to seminars. Yes, that's good. But it's not really face-to-face. I know entrepreneurs have sometimes the small workshops. I was at one point, I think, Networking 101. Amazing. Because there was personal connection. It was face-to-face. And there was connection. One can talk to the people in front, and that gave me a lot of value. It's all about making the personal connection out there, making the personal connection with everyone, because people want it. People are craving for that attention, and we as people are attention, how can I say, attention craving creatures, basically. But the big thing for me is to get that heart-mind connection, to give them that, not only that mind connection, but you have a good product, but that heart connection of feeling, giving them a feeling, giving them an experience that says that I want to be part of this company, I want to be part of this business, and I will market this business. And that's what it's all about, of giving your best idea away for free. Because customers or people will see that you are interested in more than just money. Because people can smell you a mile away if you just want their money. You just want to sell. How many of you out there, when you get into a store, they want to hard sell you? Or when you get to, let's say, sometimes there's marketing events or networking marketing events, or people that comes to you, and the first thing they want to do is sell, sell, sell. They want to freaking hard sell you so much that you don't want to buy from them. But just imagine if they showed you that they're not interested in the money, but they showed you they are interested in you. Maybe you would have bought, maybe you would buy from them, because that energy will attract you. You are interested, and you will say to your customers that you are interested in them, in their needs. And that is something quite powerful for you and your sales team. So that's why I say give your best idea away for free. In a few seconds, we will open the lines for any questions for those who want to ask questions if I missed something. And that's why I will send this to Danny as well. I would like to invite everyone for a free firewalk. That's basically my best value. That's my best idea. Not giving them just a firewalk, but giving them a personal experience. So if that's okay with Danny and the entrepreneur team, I would like to invite everyone for a free firewalking event. But it's not only firewalking. It's to overcome your fears, to identify your purpose, to remove limiting beliefs, the power of setting intentions, and the overcoming obstacles and barriers. This will help you to overcome your fear and discover your inner confidence. This will help you to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish in life. This helped me to accomplish where I went from being in a wheelchair to walking around and picking up my son. So I will give this to Danny. And then, yes, Danny, I think if there's people, and Gwen, if there's people that want to ask questions, we can open the question box and hear what they want to say.
That's fine. How's it, Cobus? Thank you so much for doing it for our members. I think that's very, very kind of you, and obviously, we really appreciate that. So what we'll do is, Cobus will send me some information for you guys to book for that, and then what we'll do is I'll email that to you, and then you can just contact them directly and work with them directly. So fantastic. Then Cobus, on the other side here in the questions box, we don't really have any questions at this point in time. So folks, remember that you want to use the questions box to interact and to really ask Cobus questions. This is the time. His time is quite expensive, and that unfortunately is not free. So you really want to use this time and make sure that you can interact with him and get some responses that you require in order to move forward as well. A lot of people saying they're inspired, Cobus.
Okay, thank you, Danny. And anything you would like to add, Andy? I think, Danny, I think, if you think about it, you at Entrepreneur does a very good job of giving away free seminars and giving away free things. And how's it working for Entrepreneur?
Well, the thing is that, our community is not committed to one type. Our community is global, and it's committed to everybody that wants to be in a learning journey. And not everyone can, purchase a ticket or get, a workbook, etc., etc. But we are providing the platform to them to be able to attend, to learn, to grow, and to be in an environment that inspires them to do better. Because we do believe that entrepreneurs will change the world.
Yes. Okay, that sounds good. Is there any other questions from the people in the box?
Now, members are asking, what method do you use to give away? Just from my side as well. When we send out emails, it's so important to ensure that you check your spam filters, to ensure that, when you send out emails, you actually check your, and it's normally your, the subject line. If you send out an email that says, your free seminar, or something like that, the spam score is like 3. So you're guaranteed it's not even going to leave the inbox, or the outbox. So, it's always important to check that and to make sure that what you're sending people is not something that's recorded as a spam mail. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of potentials. That's one thing that I want to add. Absolutely.
Yes. But the thing is, I would like to add to that is that, because so many people are getting emails today, they want a personal connection. Just think about this idea for a moment, okay? And it's busy happening in the States. One of my friends is doing it that side. If you look at your post box, do you receive any letters or post-its anymore? No, you don't. Most of us get them by email. Our statements are emailed to us. Everything gets emailed to us. And example me, I don't get any postal except e-toll when they post it to me. That's all I get by post. So now think about this, Danny. If you can start sending out a personalized letter to a person and inviting them that way. At the moment, my friend in the US is hitting it big time. By just sending out a personal letter, inviting them, to example, to a seminar, they respond much more and higher than responding to an email sent out. So that's another great idea of thinking outside of the box. For me, business is going back to the traditional way of doing business. And I think that's what we have to look at. How was things done maybe 20 years ago, and see if we can take it from that and implement it today.
Well, you've got other factors involved. You've got a cost factor as well. I mean, sending out stuff to everyone by post would be quite expensive. I mean,
yes, it will be expensive, but remember, if you can start giving away your best idea for free, you will be able to charge more on your other products. So you have to look at what is cost effective. It might be, you invest in somebody that can write good and maybe write all the letters and post them. I just say that you have to look at what might work that is not working anymore today. I believe emails are still working, but by sending out all the emails, how many of the people registered for today and how many showed up. And why? Why is that question we need to ask? What are we missing with our customers? What is it what they really want to do? What I sometimes do with a few of my customers, and it costs me, I just phone them. I don't sell them anything over the phone. I just phone them to find out if they're doing good. Okay, that's my strategy in working. But in the family business, in the furniture business, we started giving them away an experience to come experience the furniture. We gave them a family outing where sometimes we will educate them about the products, but also make them, give them, I don't know if you know this, ice lollies basically. I don't know another name for it, but give it out to the kids, give it some boerewors roll for the family, and give them an experience. It might cost money in the beginning, but just imagine if you can start creating that brand manager or brand ambassador. In the long run, it will not cost you anything.
Absolutely, I completely understand that. So, I mean, what we do at the Real Success Club and Entrepreneur is we have a lot of interaction one-on-one. So it's exactly what you're saying. To our Success Club members, we've got a communication center available here where they can phone in at any point in time and be serviced by any one of our team members and be assisted. Emails that are sent through us, we just field those through our entire team, which is fantastic because you always have that one-on-one. And you always know that every event that you attend as well, our Raporians, our team is always there to welcome you, to be there to assist you, to make sure that you can put a face to the name and know that you have someone on the inside that you can contact if you need anything. So absolutely. Yeah. Cobus, let's do a little question here. We have this gentleman says he's got a sales and distribution business in the fast-moving consumable goods industry, FMCG. My quirk away. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read what this man's trying to say. So let me find. Should I give stock away for free?
Not necessarily. If you want to give your stock away for free, but that's not the main thing here. The main thing is for you is to make a personal connection with your customers. Go think about what's your best idea. What is it what you're selling in that industry? Maybe you need to give them an education. Maybe he needs to give them a personal experience in his business. You don't have to give away physical products in the end of the day. Just to think about it, people want an experience, they want a personal connection. So make them part of your business. Give away free videos of how your business works, what's happening in your business, educate them about your product. I think that's why I came in the beginning, where you have to look at your mindset, or the right mindset, because we've been stuck in this way of doing business a certain way for how long now? For example, MBAs, they still do MBA like they did 20, 30 years ago. I'm busy with my MBA. I'm one subject away. there's a marketing thing I did subject, and my one friend that's 50 years old, he did it when he was 20 years old. The same book. That's why I say, I think if we can imagine it, just think of outside of the box. Think about what can you give away for free? What makes you set apart from the industry? What will set you apart from your competitors? You know?
Well, you want to look at it. You want to look at a high value, low cost item. I mean, that's exactly what you're saying. You know, so in terms
That's
of
that's what we want to work. I just want to say that's what we want. You want to work towards. Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of FMCG, you know, what they could give was, you know, maybe a better customer service, a personal interaction.
Yes.
You know, these are things that people value, and people have lost as the industry has grown. And you phone any company, you phone Vodacom, you phone Telcom, all you do is spend half an hour on an automated phone system, and then eventually you might speak to someone, but that person is so, you know, disgruntled or so unhappy with what they're doing that they don't really help you anyway. So you kind of go around in circles. So this just creates an opportunity for us, a smaller business, to be able to give that high-level service, and eventually those people will realize and come back.
Yes, I like what you say. It's about giving that connection, making that person feel, how can I say,
that you care.
Important. Yeah, that you care, and that's what it's all about: generosity, careness, and showing the person or your customer that he's important for your business. Because how many times, like you say, I know my parents will talk about the banks, of how you just call the banker and you have that relationship with your banker, but that's not there anymore today. And I think that's why some banks are not doing good.
Yeah. So the question here, if you're in the real estate business, what can you give away for free?
Okay. How is he in the real estate business? You know, he can maybe start thinking about it, because he's in the real estate business, so he knows about the real estate. So why not give away free evenings and educate the people about real estate and what he does in real estate? You know,
Well, that would also create the trust, right, between that person.
That's correct, yes, and that will create the trust and that connection, generosity, bringing them in, showing them the world of real estate and making it fun for people out there.
Absolutely. So, you know, there was a show talking about real estate. There was a show in America. I can't think of the name, and it was about real estate and how they used to have show days. Show days in South Africa are quite simple. Some woman or gentleman sits there all day with a sign on the door and sits on their computer doing whatever, and you walk in and it's an absolutely negative experience. It's a negative environment. But if you see this show that was showing in America, they have exactly what you're saying. They have show evenings where you come in there. There's snacks. There's people walking around. There's music. There's a couple of drinks. You know, that's not something that South Africans do or have done. So there's definitely that market which will pop up at some point in time. What's your comment on that?
I agree fully with you, because people they get out of their. If you think about it, they spend most of their time at work and little time with their family. If you think about it, what is there really you can go and do that's not going to cost you money? So I think if you give them a value and experience where they come to a show evening and you invite the whole family and they can come, you have something for the children, you have something for the people, and they come experience. It's an outing for them, firstly, as a family, and secondly, they get an experience and they spend time with each other at like a show that you were talking about now. I think that's the secret where it lies, because you know, as people, we crave attention and we crave, you know, socializing, I believe.
So a gentleman asks, how do we draw people to the main website if not through email, if you don't have an audience?
If you don't have an audience, my rule there is, the first rule to start is, okay, no, it's fine, is first, if you don't have that, go out, and I have this thing I call an 8-foot rule. Any person that steps in 8 feet of me, I will approach and talk about me and give them, maybe get their details. That's what I will do. And maybe you'll have to start small with something like that, and it will grow and grow. Just imagine like a snowball effect. you have to start somewhere. And if it takes every 8 feet you have to talk to a person, go do it. Because it depends on your must. How really do you want to be successful? And that's what you have to ask yourself.
So talking about post again, post is a great idea, but how do we get the post office to deliver an actual service? You know, now here comes back to the other thing. You want to deliver an exceptional service, but you're relying on other service providers to be able to assist you because it's not your industry. So in the publishing industry, it's driving us crazy. Our subscribers have not received their magazines for 2 weeks, for example.
Yes, I know. I'm one of those subscribers. So, you know, that looks like an opportunity, firstly, as for someone out there to start a business like that. Why not start a business and giving people exceptional service like that, firstly? Secondly, is I think it's to communicate a different way of getting them their things. Example, you say you have a lot of connection with your customers. Get certain points set up in the towns, get all your stuff to that point, and invite them, like you said, for a show evening. And then there you give out your, they get a personal invitation, and then you give out your subscription things for them, like the magazine. And they get the magazine, they get social interaction, and you have time to showcase other products as well. What do you think about that, Danny?
I think it's fantastic. So my next question is, well, from our members, this lady saying, my network isn't the greatest today. So if you have spoken about the following question, is there a number or value you can recommend to us when we give away a free item? I think people are comparing a free item to the cost, or to the the actual cost of giving that item to people. They're not looking at what the return on investment would be of actually providing that service. But also not just that, realizing that we're always looking for something physical in your hand that you can give away. Whereas there's so much digital, electronic, physical value, things like that won't cost you anything, just a little bit more time maybe. Yes. That actually provides maybe a higher value in service.
And it's giving them an experience. Just think about it for a second. How much money do people spend on marketing? Why not change your marketing way and investing it in a way of giving away your cheap, one of your good, maybe a product or an experience? I'm not saying giving away, just you go away and give products, especially if it's your main product. But I'm just saying, think about it. If you can maybe give them an education, rather spend that money on that than go spend on money on pamphlets and advertising in magazines and in newspapers. Because yes, you might attract maybe 10 customers, but just imagine for yourself, those 10 customers, if you can create brand ambassadors out of those 10, how many people can they influence in supporting you? Okay, so it will grow. It will become like, the spider bots. It will just, 10 will become 100, 100 will become 1,000, 1,000 will become 10,000, etc. And it will grow like that. But you have to start somewhere.
So here's a good one. Kevin says, what if your business is service-based? How would I be able to achieve this?
Okay. Depends on your service, but you can give an exceptional service. Go look what your competitors is giving firstly, and you go the extra mile. Give them an experience. Give them a personal connection. Not just giving them a service, because a lot of service companies just give a service. We were talking about it earlier, I think, about you go to a place and you don't get any service. They don't even know your name. They don't even know where you're from or anything. But if you can give them a service, exceptional service, more than what your competitors are giving, just think what in the mind of your customer will be like. They will come to you and say, this is the same service I would get from your competitor. But wow, you go the extra mile. Maybe, if you're a dentist, you will give an extra toothbrush away every time I visit. That's just an example. So, but it's all about giving them that experience, that connection with you, so that, you're building a family. Essentially, you're building a community. Example, entrepreneur is creating a community of people supporting entrepreneur. There's many people that's not in a success club, yet the people in the Success Club now is already brand ambassadors. Whenever there's an event, they will start go out and they will get their friends and family to be part of entrepreneurs workshops. And that's what you want to create in the end of the day. You want to create a brand ambassador. In the beginning, it might sound that it will be costly, but if you compare it with other marketing avenues out there, I would say this is the best way to spend your marketing money, because in the long run, you're creating something where the customer will create customers and not marketing. You're creating word by mouth marketing in the end of the day.
Well, you have two options. I mean, you could have a high marketing spend, have a quick return, and then it drops. Or you could have,
yes,
a high marketing spend in another avenue, which is dealing with that service level that you're talking about, or value, and not having a high return on investment immediately, but having a long-term return on investment, which is a big thing.
Yes, that's and I think that's where the people need to understand it. We've become a society that's that wants, how can I say, like a drive for you want it now. But the thing is, in a business, we know all. If you start a family business, how many will be successful after a year? How many will be successful after 5 years? And the thing is, you have to think long term. You have to think of, it's not like a home run or a one-hit wonder that you just hit the customer, take all his money, and go away and say bye-bye, customer. And if he doesn't have a great experience, he's not coming back. He's going to tell all his friends because he has social media. He can voice that on social media. Some of them have blogs. They will voice it on blogs. So, yeah, it's good. Maybe make your money now in a year, but after that you close down. Or invest now to be making your money every year for the rest of your life. That's what it's all about.
Hmm. And what we used to do in the service industry is the biggest thing is not about what we want. It's about what our customers need. And understanding your customer is a big thing, because we're so rushed these days. You think you understand people, but you actually don't. You actually don't know what they want. You're just using it from what you've experienced, and you're imparting that on what you think other people are going through. So it's always so important to have that first, what can I say, feeling of the person you're dealing with. What does this person really need? What is going to make this person become that loyal person?
Yes, and I think that's the secret. I think that's the secret of today of long-lasting business. If you don't look after your customers, there's a well-known bank now in the furniture business. I'm not going to call names, but because they haven't looked after their customers and not giving great value, they're in problems at the moment. And they're letting go of people. Why? Because they focused on the wrong thing. They were focusing on just getting as much money out of the people as possible and not giving back. And that's where generosity comes back. That's where let's serve other people or serve our customers, and they will start serving us.
So there's a comment here. It's not a question, but the intention and then first and foremost needs to be to extend the hand to help up, and not the intention of getting up. It is definitely a mind shift, and absolutely, Sonia, that's absolutely spot on.
Yes, that's spot on. I like that. That's a nice quote. And that's in the end of the day, because the 8-foot rule, like that. Do they like that?
Yes.
Yes, because yeah. So because if you think about it, Danny, how many people out there just want your money in the end of the day? I know we all in business want the customer's money, but the thing is, how many of them are hard selling out there? How many calls do you also receive every day that says, sir, you've won this product, or you just pay this money and you will get a new Vodacom contract, or they just want a hard sell. They want your money, and people, I believe, are getting fed up for that. That's what I've experienced, and I've experienced that people want more than just, hey, here's my money. They want to know if they spend their money with you, they will be part of something, and that's where I came with the idea: give away your best idea for free.
So there's another question here about this magazine gentleman. He says, as a magazine, what can I give for free to my advertisers? Any out-of-the-box suggestions?
For your advertisers, maybe let them get in connection with your readers. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. They want If you can sell them this idea as well, of giving our best idea away for free, just think about it. You're giving back to your community something, and you give something to your advertisers. So for you, it will be a bigger benefit. Yet it will be a benefit for both of them. Your advertiser would love to get in connection with your readers and giving back, and the readers would love to get in connection with them. Just think about how you can bring this all together. And example can be like a show day or an experience day, or type of seminar-based idea. Just expand on that idea of how you can get them connected with each other and experiencing each other. Maybe with advertisers, let the readers can come visit for a free tour of their, let's say it's a furniture business, let them go and experience the furniture business, how furniture business is run. That's just an example. But I think there's a lot of more examples out there.
I think that's a really good option. So you have an advertiser who basically is advertising a product, and the option would be to get the reader or other advertisers to experience how that product is made and functioned, how it's sold, how it's produced, how it's sourced, stuff like that.
Yes.
But that's time. That's time.
Yes, and the thing is, yes, time is money, they say, but just think about it. You invest a little bit of time now, but you will reap the rewards. It's the same with planting a tree. It takes time for that tree to grow, but once it's grown, just think about, imagine all the apples it gives or all the peaches it gives. It took time to reach its maturity, but once it reached it, it just keeps on giving. You just have to nurture it then. And that's what it's all about, is making yourself a plantation of trees that just, in the end, will just provide you with the oranges.
Absolutely, but I like the idea. Of creating a community of your advertisers. So they get to meet other advertisers, get to network, get to see. Maybe always looking at the end reader as the person who's the customer, and not every opportunity as the customer.
Well, I like that idea as well, and I think that's a good idea, Danny.
Then I will send you a bill for that one.
Well, today that will be your free advice.
Get your free advice there, damn it. Okay, that's the free one today for me. So, a gentleman says, just the last question for today, Cobus. A gentleman says, how do I make money out of my free blog? And the free blog is about my journey on depression. So I have my own comments about this, but you go ahead.
I think, Danny, while you have it, give it, and then I will give after you.
So, blogging, in my experience, blogging is not, you don't make money off blogging. You make money off who you're blogging about. So blogging intention is, when you're writing a blog about your own depression, who wants to read about your negative experiences and your past, challenges? People are on this journey that they want to be positive and they want to be excited and they want to have new experiences and they want to grow. The last thing I would want to read is someone's, terrible experience, because all it's going to do is bring up possible negative experiences that I've been through or similar feelings. So what all it's going to do is pull me down. So, in terms of blogging, the way that you blog is you become it's called an influencer, and an influencer is a person who people start to follow and who people start to interact with because they like what this person's saying, they like what the person's speaking about, and then from that, the blogger then becomes the person that makes money from advertisers, to go and blog about certain things because they become an influencer. So, for example, let's say there's a new restaurant opening up, and this gentleman is a blogger, and he's got, thousands of interactions and thousands of followers. This company was going to pay him money so he can go experience the restaurant and blog about it and get the word out there. And people trust this person because he's got rapport with them. So that's, you know, in terms of blogging, that's my opinion. So it's also, that's a long-term thing. You know, you don't start blogging today and then all of a sudden you become an influencer. It's a lot of hard work, tons of research. You know, it's a big process that you need to go through. It's just like a business, really.
It is, and I just wanted to mention, because you said about depression, is for me, it's what you focus on, your energy will flow to that. So if you're going to keep on focusing on that, you know, is that maybe a good idea? Maybe if you turn around and say about overcoming depression and the positive steps you're taking every day to have a positive life, that might be a good thing. But the other thing is, like Danny said, is first you have to build a following. You know, maybe do that 8-foot rule. People need to start reading about your blog. You know, follow you. Then, by giving them all this free advice or free value of how to overcome depression every day and be positive and have a great life, a sustainable life, then after that you can start monetize it by either having a seminar or selling them a product or two. You know, but the thing is, you first have to get that following. Is your topic the right topic? For me, I wouldn't go on that topic. I would rather change it to the positive. So just go think about that.
Things that people, you know, always think about what people are going through. People are probably going through depression. So that's not what they're hungry for. You know, maybe they're hungry for, you know, overcoming depression.
Yes. You know, yes, they want to be part of something achievable, something. We all want to be on a winning team, Danny. That's what it's all about. We don't want to be on the losing team.
I was never on the winning team when I was young, eh? But I'm on the winning team now.
Yes. You see, because you like being on a winning team. And that's what you missed when you were young, and that's what you have now.
And anybody that attended NAC, which all of you people should have attended NAC, there was a gentleman, Les Brown, who spoke, and the one thing that he kept saying all the time and what led towards his success was the fact that he was hungry. He was absolutely hungry to do better and to be better and to be a part of that winning team.
Yes. You know, it's that must, or that why that hunger. What is that hunger in you to be successful? Find that and put it in. For me, it's all about, I have this thing tattooed on my heart, and that's where my hunger comes from, that to excel. It says that I'm here for a purpose, and that purpose is to grow into a mountain and not to shrink into a grain of sand. Henceforth will I apply all my efforts to grow into the highest mountain of all, and I will strain my potential until it cries for mercy.
So, Cobus, that's, you know, pretty much it for today. Just the last comment for Werner from another member saying that you could offer affiliate products on your site. That's for the magazine comment. The other side of it is, Cobus, so you're going to send out an email to all the attendees of this webinar. How do they contact you? Have you got contact details that people can see? It's on your...
I will email this. I will email the 2 flyers for you, and then you can send it to all the attendees. That's fine.
All right. Okay, that's perfect. And when are you looking at having this course?
I'm just want to see if I can go back. For the firewalking experience, you know, the power of the mind or firewalk transformation, the 7th of November.
Okay.
The normal, usually I sell this, when I sell it, is for 1,000 Rand or 997, and you know, sometimes I give it away for free, and that's what I will be willing to do for all your members, if they want to come experience and see what a firewalk is all about, and overcoming their fears, or, you know, finding their purpose, removing limiting beliefs, you know, and what the intentions are, then they're welcome to come and experience that.
No,
and it will be in Centurion. It will be in Centurion, and it's a 3-hour thing. It's from 7 to 10 at night.
Fantastic. And those calls look hot, eh?
Well, I hope one of these days, Danny, you and I think his name is, what's your friend's name? Bana?
Tristan.
Tristan will come and experience it with me.
Absolutely. Well, let's organize it. 7th, we're not here though. We have an event tour at that time, but definitely, you know, in the future, I think we'll definitely do that. So, just to close up the webinar, thank you so much, Cobus, for taking the time to be with us today. I really, really appreciate it. Cobus's contact details are on the screen at the moment. So if you want to get hold of him, if you want to book for the Firewalk, and I strongly recommend that you do. It's an experience that you go through. It's a feeling of absolute accomplishment, because you are accomplishing things that are naturally just not supposed to happen, and that's what gives you a lot of power and internal power, and you realize a lot. So if you can go through that experience, please do go through the experience, and fantastic that our Success Club members get an opportunity to attend this free. I think that is absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Cobus. And then, Cobus, do you offer any type of coaching, anything like that, to our members? What is that business side of your business?
Okay, yes, coaching. I think maybe I should just put that for you also in the email. I do a one free coaching session where people can come through, and I give them a personal breakthrough experience. And then after, if they decide they want to go on, it's a 10-week process, and we remove all limiting beliefs. We help them set goals and achieve goals, and help them be accountable. I'm the accountable side to help them achieve those goals and guarantee that they will, no matter what goal they set, they will achieve. So, yeah. Yes, I do personal coaching, and then I do a thing called social mastery training or social confidence. It's to help people that if you don't have confidence in socializing, I will help you with confidence. I have somebody that helps with the dress sense and how to speak in front of people. For those who have done example more or less similar than train the trainer, it's a more or less the same experience, but just more powerful from my side. Yes. So that's more or less what I still do, yes.
Okay, perfect. Cobus, thank you so much. Thank you to our Success Club members for today, and we will be in touch, and I hope you have booked for Saturday's event. It's the Expert Marketing happening on Saturday at the Bryanston Country Club. Please book in the members area online, as well as if you want to join our Facebook group, please do that so that we can communicate with you on another level and ensure that we can be available to assist you with any questions that you may have. And on that note, have a great day and goodbye.